time. Let's not wait others. So, as our webinar is going on, so without wasting much time, I welcome everyone. I request our additional guest also, Mr. Shekhar Chandra Chhetri, and as well as principal, vice principal, in charge, and all my teachers. So, I request Pooja Tamang Miss to please carry on with your philosophy of Swami Vivekananda. Yes, Pooja Miss.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to our lovely guest, Mr. Shekhar Chandra Chhetri. It's good to have you back. Your presence means a lot. As we know, you always have really motivating things to share and have been supportive to us. Good afternoon to our chairman, sir, and our principal, sir, and all the beloved staff of our school family members. So, am I audible?
Yes, yes, audible.
Clearly. That's clearly.
Today, I'm going to deliver a philosophy of Swami Vivekananda. And Swami Vivekananda was a great philosopher, Indian philosopher. His original name was Narendra Dutt. He was born in 12th January in 1863 in Calcutta. As he was considered first of chief state of India, he was a great social reformer and a very inspiring personality of India, whereas he was also a great teacher and a philosopher. So I would like to elaborate his views of philosophy of education. As he said us, all the power is with you. You can do anything and everything. Believe in that. Don't believe that you are weak. Stand up and express the divinity with you. So another point is all knowledge is in the mind, in the human mind. Education is the manifestations of the perfections already in man. Knowledge is inheritance in man. No knowledge comes from outside. Like fire in a piece of flint, knowledge exists in mind. And his contribution also was he laid stress of the character development education. He advocate the education of the mass, which inspired adult education and free compulsory education regardless of caste, creed, or color. He said, I consider that the great nation science is the neglect of the mass. He also receives the spirit of humanism in education. He considered education of women as the chief instrument of national regeneration. He stressed the teachings of Western learning also. And his aim of education was developing of spirits in social settling. He said us development of a spirit of fellow feelings and character which implies doing good to others, courageous, fearless, strength, and above all the strong willpower for the noble cause. And third point is like development of attitude of considering as a work as a worship, serving poor and neglected, giving up egos, pride, and spirit of self-respect. So he also, according to Swami Vivekananda, he tells us like teachers should be sinless. According to him, teachers should be sinless. And another point is teachers should know the spirit of scriptures. And third point is like teachers should have spiritual force on love for the student. And fourth point is teachers should think he is not helping, he is on helping the child growth. He tells us we should think like he is on help. We are like helping child growth, and he was also an external teacher, as he offered the suggestion which across the internal, that is in the mind of child. So I would like to conclude by saying one of his inspirational and motivation quote of on education. All knowledge and power are within. What we call power, secrets of natures, and focus all within. All knowledge come from human soul. Man manifests knowledge, discovers it with himself, which is pre-exiting through eternity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really awesome point from Swami Vivekananda, sir. So I
Thank you,
request
ma'am.
guest Mr. Sekhar Chandra Chetri to please add on some extra words to encourage other teachers also in coming days.
Uh, Congratulations, ma'am, for a very good presentation. It was really nice to hear from you,
Thank
and
you, sir.
thank him for this opportunity again. Thanks to respected principal, vice principal, and all the teachers for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful series of program which you are hosting. Uh, in fact, you see, if you listen to what Indian philosophers have to say about education, then it seems that they resonate on a certain on certain common ideologies. For example, if you look at the philosophies of uh, uh, Gandhiji, Vivekananda, Tagore, even Aurobindo very closely, you'll find that they all uh, they all impinge around spiritualism, because today also, while talking about Vivekananda's philosophy, madam stressed on self-realization and all those kinds of things. Even Gandhiji talked a lot about spiritualism. Uh, Similarly, other Indian philosophers also laid emphasis on building and spiritualism. But if you look at Western philosophers, then you'll find that the tilt towards spiritualism is not as uh, prominent as you see in case of Indian philosophers. Uh, that's why I think one important lesson as educators working in India, which we have to derive while listening to their philosophies, is uh, since ancient times, Indians, people living in this subcontinent, were spiritually tilted. Uh, for example, this guy called Kapil Sharma, who has written a famous book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Uh, he has mentioned somewhere in his book, in his famous book, that we are not uh, we are not human beings with spiritual souls, but we are spiritual souls in a human form. So as human beings, this feeling that we are actually spiritual souls, if that comes first to our mind, then I think all our actions and intentions, our thoughts, feelings will be synergized uh, towards what we are actually uh, supposed to do in the highest form of existence, which we usually refer to as self-realization. Sounds very simple, but I know it's not that easy. Takes a long, long time of practice, and devotion to actually achieve that. But this is what I felt while reading their philosophies. And today, actually, I was quite occupied because we are having our in-house seminar, online seminar on new national policy of education, which has been recently launched. And I have my presentation due tomorrow. So I was listening to what others were presenting, and I was also preparing myself. Now, I found the references of Swami Vivekananda's work in the document a number of times. For example, when the document was talking about uh, transforming, I'll tell you exactly. When the document was talking about curricular integration of essential subjects, skills, and capacities, uh, it has aptly mentioned that uh, uh, the 21st century demands the kind of human beings uh, who are not only proficient in subject knowledge, but they must have other kinds of skills and capacities as well. And it is there that the policy has nicely quoted the famous quote of Vivekananda, which says that education is actually the manifestation of divine perfection which already exists in us. So that was something I was very happy, because yesterday only Bhim was telling me that today Puja ma'am is going to present on Vivekananda's philosophy. And when I found it's mentioned here in the policy document, it was a kind of coincidence and it felt very good. So I think I should stop here, because uh, uh, maybe I delayed the proceeding by joining late, for which I'm very sorry. But nonetheless, a very interesting presentation and a very fruitful one. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
On behalf of the school,
Yes.
I request Subha sir to please conclude.
Yes. Okay. So, good afternoon, Sir, and my beloved teachers. Yes, once again, I got the opportunity to say a very good thanks and welcome, sir. Once again, Sekar sir, you are always very close to me since a long, not now. And once again, I got a chance to be very close once again. So thank you, sir, for your precious time and precious speech. Always you are giving us the inspirations, and not only to our schools, number of schools of Sikkim, they are good fans of you. So that, sir, we always got something from you. So always, not only these days, only in coming days also, we are always welcoming you, sir, for these precious speeches and sayings. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I think
Yes,
I'll sign out, right?
Yes, sir.
Please continue. Thank you.
Bye, sir.